So we all have weaknesses as deer hunters, don't we? This is my weakness. Finding spots in January and February because I don't want to get out of my warm house and go into the woods when it's 10 below zero to find places to hunt next year. And then I run out of time in the spring because life happens, we get busy, and then fall comes around and I've got 10 good hunting spots instead of 20 or 30 like I should have. So it's 2023 now. I'm gonna try my best to make that weakness into a strength. So I'm starting right away, 2023, hopefully get 10 or 15 good solid spots set up in addition to the ones I already know. You know, I was thinking the other day about weaknesses and strengths, even with the best hunters, how we all have weaknesses. I mentioned earlier how my weakness is getting out in January like it is now and finding good spots way ahead of time. And I was thinking about like strengths, and I think it's important as a deer hunter to identify that so you can fix it. You know, identify what your strengths are, be humble about it, be honest about it, identify your weaknesses and fix them. If your strengths are here, your weaknesses are here, work on your weaknesses, bring them up. Makes a lot of sense, right? Well, my strength is finding deer and getting on them fast with the techniques I share on this channel. That's why I have this channel at the moment. It's to show people how to find deer fast. Because the more and more people that I talk to, especially being a YouTube content creator, they say, I'm just not seeing deer. I can't find deer. I just want to see deer. And I can tell you, it took a lot to learn, but it's such a simple formula that I've discovered over the years to find deer, where this past season I went hunting several times a week throughout the season, all the way through late season. And I can count on one hand, so 5 or less times, I can count that I didn't see deer. Every time I went out, I saw at least something. Could be a fawn, could have been a nice buck, could have been everything in between. And so that's my strength. I need to work on my weakness, which is getting more and more spots early on and not waiting too long to find them, and possibly messing up the area during hunting season. So I don't know what your weakness is, I don't know what your strength is, but think about that. I think it's important to do, because if you don't know what they are, you're kind of stuck and you're not growing as a hunter. Even good hunters that are 60s, 70 years old, hunted most of their life, they still have things to work on. So do you, and so do I. So if you can identify what those weaknesses are, that's good. So getting back to the strength of me finding deer quickly, it's a really simple formula, and I've broken this down. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir here, but I've said this a million times on my channel. You've got to find diversity. You've got to find something that keeps people from getting to it, like a creek or a swamp, or distance. I don't like distance as much as creek or a swamp, because there's a lot of people that are willing to walk a long ways as long as it's easy to walk. You've got to find edge. You find those three things, you're going to find deer, almost guaranteed. And that's I don't want to say always, because in deer hunting you just never know, but generally you do. And those are the things I do. So when I go out and see deer, almost every time I hunt, might be 100 yards away, I don't have a shot, but at least I'm seeing something, I'm getting close to it. If you're not seeing deer, you're not learning about them. You can watch every video you want. You have to see deer to understand how they work. You're going to learn more from seeing deer than listening to my videos or anybody else's. If you want to understand how deer work, you have to learn from them. They're going to teach you more than people can. But if you're not seeing them, you can't learn from them. So that's step one, is getting on them really quick. So look for diverse habitat, like the one I'm walking through now. Edge. The creek creates a lot of edge. That clear cut I walk through creates edge. And then make sure nobody else is getting to that area. That's it. That's my criteria. And if I don't have a public land area that has those three things happening, diversity, edge, difficult access, I will not hunt there. I won't do it. It's not worth it to me. I wasted too many hunting trips years ago sitting there in a stand and not seeing anything, packing up, freezing my butt off to drive home and say, you know, on the way back, didn't see anything or whatever. It wasn't good. Every hunter has strengths. Every hunter has weaknesses. You need to identify what your strength is and your weakness. It's important. Thanks for watching.